of the Congo. General things to know. How can you have? Challenge U.S. policy, or U.S. foreign policy. After what we saw in Egypt, we really have to demand that our government and our tax money doesn't support government, including the Congolese government. The United States government supports the Congolese government. And the Congolese government is also abusing the Congolese people. We have to demand that our government does not support authoritarian regimes outside there. We have to put pressure on multinationals. You see the bullet point 3 is the mapping exercise report. When you speak to Congolese on the ground, this is what they care about, in the majority of them. What is the mapping exercise report? October 1st, 2010, the United Nations published a report called Mapping Exercise Report, documenting crimes that have taken place in the Congo from 1993 to 2003. They documented the most serious crimes, not everything, just what they believe was the most serious crimes, like the mass killing of people, the burning of villages, the burying alive of women in Muega. So they documented all these killings, and they documented 617 crimes from 1993 to 2003, committed by who? Congolese, Rwandans, Ugandans, Angolans, and even the multinationals, such as Everline. And they call what's happening in the Congo war crimes, crimes against humanity, and possible genocide if proven in the proper court. They said that this report will deliver justice, and they have recommended an international tribunal for Congo because they said if justice is not served, what we're seeing today is going to continue. The reason why it's continuing because the crime of yesterday haven't been addressed. So whoever committed crimes before know that nothing will happen to them. So the Congolese on the ground are calling us to support the UN mapping report. And the last point that I mentioned is supporting local institutions. I do believe that while we have direct support to organizations on the ground, it has strengthened the capacity, and there are many organizations. So University of Michigan, that's the hand. I still remember that. That's the first thing I asked. Where am I? Right here. So, what can you do on your campus? I forgot one of the most important things. You know, it's really moving for me as a Congolese to come in a room with an audience of people who want to help. Because when you hear this, you want to do something about it. You know, what can I do? I mean, I may not go to the White House and have a rally, but I want to have an impact wherever I am in my community. So there is a global movement. It's called Breaking the Silence Congo Week. Congo Week takes place every 3rd week of October, where students, communities, and countries around the world, right now we have about 300 campuses and 50 countries around the world organizing Congo Week. What do you do during Congo Week? Well, you show a film, you do a forum, you even do a fashion show for the Congo. You could even do a party for the Congo. Yeah, I was in college, I know how we party. Well, can we have a party for a purpose? Yes. So, use that 3rd week to find out what can you do on your campus to address the situation in the Congo. Second, you should know who your congressional representative is, your senator and your congressperson. Who are they? The first question you should ask them is, what are they doing about the UN mapping report? And also remind them of what Mr. Change did. You know, as a senator, he passed only one law, Public Law 109/456. We call it the Obama Law. Can you imagine this? President Obama, as a senator, could sponsor more than 100 bills. I see some figures, sometimes 156 or 265. Right? Now, in every bill that he could sponsor, only one of them was passed. Do you know what that bill is called? The Democratic Republic of Congo Relief, Security, Democracy, Promotion Act of 2006. I've said it so many times, I memorized it. So, his major accomplishment in the Senate is a bill about the Congo. Not anything else. He has nothing or healthcare or anything else. The only thing he ever passed in the Senate is a bill on the Congo. But the guy has amnesia now. So what I want you to do is to call his BlackBerry. I have his number. I'm going to give you that now. 202-456-1111. He never picks up the phone. But when you call that number, you can actually leave a message for him. And they'll ask you, would you like to leave a message for the president? Yes. I would like to leave a message for the president. What is President Obama doing about the deadliest conflict in the world? While there is intervention in Libya, 6 million people have died, and the only thing he's ever done in the 70s about the Congo, and all we can get from him from the Congo is a speech at the Nobel Peace Prize, that we should worry about the situation in the Congo. But he can only change that if the American people, there is a global or national outcry, and the American people say, no, we have to do something about this. And if the American people don't call for it, he's not going to do so. Fundraise for the Youth Project. I do believe in supporting the people on the ground directly. I want you to connect with the youth. Rather than bringing me here, I believe that it will be great for you to connect with the youth on the ground, get them on Skype, and talk to them right here. On the ground. Yes, there is internet in the Congo. Wouldn't that be nice? To be directly talking to the people inside of the Congo for them to tell you how you can best help them. And I hope you can sign up for the youth project that we have where we're connecting different universities with youth groups inside of the Congo. University of Michigan, other campuses do not know about the Congo. How can you reach out to them for them also to be active on the Congo? Any journalism student here? Well, I'm not a journalism student, but guess what I've done when I was a student on my campus? I wrote op-ed articles. You can submit articles to your newspaper. You don't have to be in a journalism department to submit an article. Find out when they meet, go there, and say, oh, I would like to submit one. They say, oh yeah, make it 500 to 600 words. Submit it and get it published. So the student on this campus who may not be in this room, when they pick up the newspaper, they will know what happened in this room. Or they will know what is happening in the Congo, and we can help you to do that. And for any teacher that's in this room, we hope that you will teach a class on the Congo. You can teach the Congo in any class. Do you know that you can teach Congo in the math class? So here's why I'm saying that. The oldest mathematical artifact in the world was found in the Congo, 22,000 years ago. How many of you knew that Congolese could count 22,000 years ago? It's believed to be a lunar calendar and a calculator. It's called the Ishango bones. So I can see a calculus professor talking about a first calculator. But wow, they had all this knowledge of mathematics. Today, they're suffering in terms of millions of people. You know, any subject you can teach the Congo. And this is how I ended up on your campus. You know, I definitely want to take the time to thank, I think, always forget it. University of Michigan stands for peace. That's how I put it. You know, University of Michigan stands for organizing the event. The Congo Activists of Michigan as well. You know, especially, you know, we connected through social media, by the way, probably about a year or 2 years ago. And whenever here in Detroit you had the U.S. Social Forum, you know, we had 2 workshops here. Yeah, and I was walking by near the convention, and she looked, oh, Kambale. She recognized me because of the activities that we have online. That today I'm standing in front of you because of Facebook. If it wasn't for Facebook, I wouldn't be here speaking to you. We also see, right, how the youth around the world, specifically, I'm insisting on Egypt. The youth of Egypt have laid out the blueprint of how you can use social media for change. Yes, I want to know if you slept late last night. Yes, I want to know if you brushed your teeth. But use the Facebook for something meaningful. Can you share on your Facebook for the rest of the week a fact about the Congo? What? Like I said, you may not organize a rally, you may not be able to put together an event, but you can say, since 1996, there have been 6 million people who have died in the Congo, and the people of the Congo are so resilient that they are trained to connect with ordinary people around the world to address the deadliest conflicts since World War II. Very basic. You can put it on your Twitter. President Obama appointed a special envoy to the Congo. You know, and use your social media skills that you have. Even while you're in the classroom, in the class where you have a computer, you are trying to check your Facebook, use the time to post something there so that other people can know what is happening there. What is the youth of the Congo doing? I've talked about everything else. I wanted to show you at least what people are doing on the ground. Yoli Africa is based out in Eastern Congo. Now, in the midst of all the atrocity that exists, right in the heart of it, in Goma, we have a youth group called Yoli that have the capacity, and actually do, mobilize 10,000 youth within the city to use media, arts, and culture so that they won't be able to either join rebel militias, but give them some skills and tools to keep them engaged within the community. Have you seen them on CNN? No. I call them lion. They don't cover that. Anderson Cooper goes to the Congo, 2 things that he failed. One was what? The guerrillas. 2 was what? The rebel leader. And as Congolese, we all were upset. Wait a minute, why are you going to see the guerrillas? We're here. Then why are you talking to the rebel leaders? Here are the people doing the work. But they are in Goma. The website is yoleafrica.org. They can be directly supported. They need your support because what they're asking for is electronic devices as well, like laptop, softwares. I know there is a young guy there. I think he was 14 years ago, 14 years, so I guess he's 16 now, 2 years ago. And he's a music producer. He learned how to use Pro Tools. And he has made an album out of it already. Do you know that Congolese can do hip-hop? I have proof. This is the ski festival that Yoli puts together, bringing the people within the city to have hip-hop competition and art, and giving them something else, and giving them hope on a daily basis in the mix of 12 to 15 years war that's raging, but they are still able to organize. These are the youth now in the west of Congo. Now, share with you the east, then I want to show you the west. So, as I share with you in the west, there is political repression, so you can openly be talking about the government. So the youth in the west are engaged in doing civic education and computer literacy. They have the same asks. They are, surprisingly, most of the organizations on the ground are asking for electronic devices. Can you imagine this? Congo have destroyed the Congo, all the minerals, but now they say, no, we need it. Because we can organize without walkie-talkies. We can organize without a laptop that have maybe Microsoft access. Database, so we can collect people's data. We have to teach people how to use these tools so they can start using social media. So the same thing that caused desolation, now they're asking for it back because they know it works and they see how that worked in Egypt. Who could have believed? I mean, I was pessimistic. I didn't know how the Egyptians would last. They shocked me. They changed the country using social media and other tools that was at their disposal. So that's what they're hoping to do also in the Congo. Now, 5th graders inside of the Congo organizing for the Congolese. You know, some of those kids that you see in the picture are American kids too, by the way. You know, in Congo, you have Americans who work there. You know, some of them work at the embassy and some of the companies. So they are American expats. And the kids go to school at the American School of Kinshasa. So this 5th grader heard about the Congo Week movement. They did not really realize how big the conflict was, because some of the children are privileged, pretty much. But whenever you don't have control on your browser for children that will start searching anything, they came across the Congo Week website. And they were shocked to find out that in the country where they live, they are in Congo, they did not know that there were 6 million people there. They were upset. The teacher of the class shared with me that she was trying to encourage them, you can do something about it. Do you know what these kids have done? They've written a play. They've made a CD for Congo. And actually, this is the play. And their parents are in the room. And they did a play about the Congo. And the most powerful thing that I saw in there is the same thing that the young people in the beginning said. They are killing people in the Congo because of the resources. And whenever I speak to young people, I really love their minds because they simplify it where it's very clear. But they're organizing for the Congo. So if 5th grader can organize for the Congo, I know University of Michigan can. Osaka, Japan. They've been organizing for the Congo for the past 3 years. Every Congo week we've had, the student in Japan, way before the earthquake, have been organizing. Can you imagine in Japanese? I don't even know how to say hello in Japanese. But they are able to say right in Osaka,